Hi, this is Trevor Conquergood. Welcome to this week's RNK Software Club's video for the week. And our topic for this week is about fitting text to a path. And that is one of the options when you click on your text tool. Of course, there's several different options. You can do horizontal text on a straight line or on a circular line or on a vertical line or along a path. And you'll notice this design here. This came from the RNK Software Club's, just free monthly designs, just for our Floriani FTCU software owners. When you look under the library of March 2021, these are the designs, and notice the one that says farmhouse. Well, the idea would be that you could select that word farmhouse and come in here and put in your own text and make it say whatever you want it to, and when you click apply it would update. And notice how it nicely kind of fits to the shape and it sticks to the place where you want it to be. And so that's because it's actually got its own kind of custom baseline. So if I click apply, you'll notice that my design always sticks around the logo like that. And so the concept is when you start new text, you'll click on your text tool. And if you click on the path, text on a path, then when you click down, it's going to give you the box to choose which path that you want. And you'll notice that the software comes with several different lines that you can choose from. And I think part of what I want to talk about today is how you can make your own. So notice that I've got one here that's called Farm Sketch that I made to go with this design. And you can add your own to your software very easily. And so the blue ones are the ones that I've made myself, whereas the red ones are the ones that came with the software. How's that? And so one way or another, whichever one you want to use, you simply select it. And so let's go ahead and just choose kind of like this basic kind of arc like this. So it'll put the words my text along that path that you chose. And now when you use the handles to drag your letters, they drag along the path that you've selected. Now, a lot of times, and some people have asked the question, how do you make your own path and how can you edit them? And essentially, it's kind of the same process. So you're going to need to, first of all, have started text that's on a path, and then you can right-click and notice that there's an option to edit the baseline. And so if you choose edit baseline, it takes you into sort of that mode where now you could change the baseline and make whatever changes that you want to. Maybe you want to make a kind of a crazy baseline like this, or maybe you want to right click and add new points to the baseline and continue to sort of reshape it into any shape that you want. Now, if you want to update your text to your new baseline, you simply right click and that will update, the changes that you just made. And then the question becomes, okay, so that's how you can add or I guess edit your baseline, but then how can you make one that you can save that will always be there is the other question. And so the answer to that is you would right click and choose to export the line. So whenever you're in text and you edit your baseline, if you want to save that, you simply click on export line and it takes you directly to the place in the software where it needs to be, and we can call this one just test for today, and that'll let me know that I can kind of like get rid of it later. I don't obviously really like the baseline that I've made, but just to show that we could make it and reuse it. So now I'm done, playing with that one. And if you want to start a new one, so you click on your text tool, choose that text along a path, and you click start a new text element. And notice now that if I scroll down, it should be kind of by alphanumerical. So there it is. It's called test. So that's how you can create your own. First of all, select one of them and have the text along it. And then the next step, just to recap, right click and choose to edit that baseline, and that gives you the ability to move the points of the baseline and create kind of any unique baseline that you want. When you right click, you can right click over top of the text like that. It will make the text go along the baseline that you made, and if you want to edit again, just right click, go back into edit baseline, change it some more, and then, like I said, right click to have your text update to the line. If you love the new line and it's going to maybe, be something that you need to use again, you can right click and then choose to export the line, and the software knows exactly where to save it, because in truth, they are just a line or an artwork that goes into the WAF format, and you have to save it to the specific place, which is the C drive, then the program data, then the Floriani folder, then the TCU folder, and then the fonts folder, and there's another folder called line frames, and if you put your WAF inside there, basically it'll show up as one of the options. And so you can do it yourself manually if you want to, but you don't need to, because it's easy. Just when you're in the editing text mode, you can right click. Now, if you're not finding these options, it may be because you're not in the editing text mode. In other words, if I click on this tool up here, the select text tool, when I choose that one, I'm not in the edit text mode. I'm in kind of the normal transform mode, where I could resize something or rotate it or reposition it. But if you want to go back to editing the text, you usually right click to choose to go back to editing text. And at this stage, when you're in your sort of text edit mode, this is where you can right click and access the edit baseline option and the export line option. And so if you want to change the path, you would choose text paths. So that will be like popping up the list again to say, now I want to use this path, and it'll change your text altogether. And I guess it's kind of moved down here, but it's put it onto, so you can change the path at any time. Also, with the right click, you choose text paths, it brings you back to the original menu. So I hope that was interesting to you guys. It's a little bit of an extra tip for you guys. If you're making designs and you want to make letters that match your designs, then just create a baseline that matches, the shape of the embroidery design. And that way, whenever you want to reuse it and change the text on that embroidery design, all you have to do is change the font or change the words, and they'll always match exactly what baseline in your design you wanted to. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and thanks so very much for listening and all of your support. Have a great day, and bye for now.